Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to today's art stream with me, Forte07, and some more animation times. We were working on this last time we were here, which is what, 2 weeks ago, because I didn't stream last week because I was playing Pokemon. But yeah, we're working on this today. Ooh. Thank you, Dex, for the sub. Guess what I found? You found your sub? I could go for a sub right now, like a sandwich. Yeah, I could go for a sub sandwich right now. Found potatoes. Is it going okay? Well, I'm gonna say it's going okay, but I'm kind of in a in a sour mood because I messed up making brownies right before I started. So I'm a little bit sad. My oven runs hot or something. So whenever I try and bake in it, things just go horribly wrong. And it happened again. My brownies came out all cakey and not as good as I want them to be. So I'm a bit upset. I forgot how much I liked your design for Human GLaDOS. Oh, well, thank you. I was actually going through my DA the other day and it's like, oh man, remember when I did collaborations? We had like the 2 big collaborations for Portal stuff. I don't know, those are fun. I did like doing those. I don't know. I almost thought about going back and redrawing one of the older Portal images just for funsies, but we did a redraw recently of an old piece of mine, so I was like, nah, we'll work on animation stuff because it's been a hot minute. Ah. Oh boy. I don't know why I get so flabbergasted looking back at everything. It's not that I don't enjoy it, it's just, I don't know. It's like looking back at any old art. You know, you get a little uh a little bashful about it or something. I don't know. It's not that it's bad, I suppose, but you know. I know the feel. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I keep all my old stuff. I do. It's just uh it's just, you know, I don't know. They were drawn when I was younger. And you draw stupid stuff when you're younger. It's fine. We all do it. Everyone does it. It's fine. You look at it and go, this is not good. Yeah, it's either that or you're like, oh god, I hope no one asked me what the fuck I was thinking when I drew that. That's my main thing. Is like, oh, I don't want to explain what I was doing. Like, cause you know, you go through that awkward teenage phase, preteen phase around 13, 14, 15, and you draw stuff. I'm not saying it's bad stuff, like not safe for work stuff. Some kids do that. Whatever. We all go through that phase where you learn, oh, if I draw this, people will pay attention to me. But at the same time, you're like, oh no. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm pretty sure it's not, but you know, still, it's just, yeah, yeah. I don't know. The portal phase is one of those things. It's not that I didn't have fun with it. It's just, oh boy. I don't know. I admit nothing. That's fair. Again, I apologize. You're at the boring part of doing this. It's all small movements, so it's just redrawing the same thing 30 times over. This is one reason why my senior film hasn't been finished. There's one shot. Do I have it on here? Let me see. There's one shot that has 100 or so frames on it, and every time I look at it, I just get instantly intimidated, and then I was like, I don't feel like working on this right now. So I don't. Guess I don't have it on here. I thought I did. I'm thinking of my other PC. I'm pretty sure it's on... I can't plug in a hard drive right now because all my USB ports up front are taken up. But, yeah, there's just one shot, and it's pretty much like the same pose the whole shot. And when you have to redraw that 100 times because of the nature of how I work, I could just, you know, probably copy and paste stuff and then edit it, but I don't like doing that because I just don't. Weird principle thing, I don't know. I just get a bit turned off from it. It's like, I don't feel like doing that right now, so I'm just gonna not do that right now. And then it doesn't get done. It's kind of terrible. So I don't know what's... I don't have the timing figured out on these arms at all either. Oh, that's gonna be fun. This is why you need to plan out what you're doing beforehand. Which I apparently am not good at doing, but oh well, we'll figure it out as we go. Don't do it that way, kids. Don't do it that way. It's a really bad way to animate, really, is to figure it out as you go. Unless you're doing effects animation, then it's probably alright. There's still some pre-planning you have to do for that too, but you know. I do enjoy the concept of your older work. Comparing your skill to mine, I think you had amazing skill at the time as well. Oh, well, thank you. I'm always bummed out that I don't draw as much as I used to, though. I used to draw a lot. Like, a lot. And then it just stopped. It actually drives me crazy. I kind of hate it. I wish I could get back to old college levels of just drawing stuff, but it's just, I don't have the energy. And especially lately, I've been having like weird lethargic episodes. Okay, well, now this is just going everywhere. I just have to trace the purple line. I'm following the green line is the problem. Okay, I need this folder moved up so I can do this. Oh, no, it's not the purple line I'm supposed to be following. What line do I need to... Oh, it's because I erased that. Okay, so I shouldn't follow the green line, which is the... You know what? Let's just turn that onion skin off. We don't need that on right now. It's just messing me up anyway. I know I shouldn't keep blaming my one teacher from college, but I'm still going to kind of blame my one teacher for college for kind of ruining whatever ambition I had. I know that's silly and I should get over it at this point in my life, but it's just, I don't know. Again, don't tell your students, especially if they're actually pretty well motivated and about to graduate, you know, the stuff that I was told. You know, probably not a good idea. I don't know. I don't know. Besides, you clearly have shown progress in your skills, so if you like the art you did, just not the phase, you could always redraw and replace the old ones and say, yep, I was totally always good. No, well, it's still going to be embarrassing. It's like, okay, I know I drew bad OCs. I know I did some minor self-insert shit. And, you know, everyone rags on that. But it's like, I'm pretty sure everybody goes through that phase. It's just, there's nothing wrong with it either. It's just, you know, when people ask, it's like, oh god. You know, it's like when you're drawing anything, especially when you're younger, right? And you're drawing, like, okay, I'm sure a lot of people in my age or my generation, right, can understand this. Like, you know, we get into anime and we start drawing anime stuff and everyone's like, why does it look like that? Why is her hair colored like that? Why are their eyes so big? Are you done yet? It's like, you get a bit self-conscious every time someone asks you that because you feel like you have to justify what you're doing to them. And it's like, and you get like, I don't know. This is me. You get like weird secondhand embarrassment, like trying to explain it, like if they don't get it. It's similar to like if you watch anime around family members that don't get anime and they ask similar questions like, why is her hair that color? Why are her eyes that color? Why do they draw it this way? Why did they do that? Oh my god, that person's half naked or something. It's like, if they, I think it was like the first episode of Angelic Layer of the anime, which isn't even all that great. Whatever. Right? She makes her battle doll, Hikaru. And she's holding it. And it's a doll. So it's a doll. It looks like a mannequin. Mannequin body, you know, you have doll part lines everywhere. But when she's holding it, her thumbs are just, they just happen to be over where nipples would be. And I think it was like my cousin's girlfriend, or I don't know if they were married at the time. Wife now. She's like, why? She's like, the doll's naked. Why does she, is like, why is she covering up? It's like, because. It's like, I don't know. Like, it was always the worst when you're younger and you're trying to watch anime and you have people asking you to, like, explain why the anime is doing the thing it's doing. It's like, I don't know. That's just what they did. I didn't make it. I'm just watching it because I like it. Leave me alone. You know, it's being interrogated for reasons either you don't feel like explaining, you don't necessarily have to explain, or you can explain if it's something out of your control. Like, why is this anime series doing this? Like, I don't fucking know. My favorite draws when I'm like, is that you? Yeah. My favorite has to be is when you draw something in front of someone. It's like, did you draw that? It's like, yes, I did. Like, you sat there and watched me do it. And then of course that always goes into the old thing, like, oh, can you draw me? Can you draw this for me? It won't take that long. You do it for fun anyway, right? It'll just take you 5 minutes. And it's like, you don't even want to justify it with an answer. You don't want to be rude, but you also don't want to justify that with an answer. You shouldn't have to either, really. It's the worst. I don't know. I don't like how I have to justify, or I don't like feeling like I have to justify myself when I draw something. It's like, ugh. Can I just draw the thing to draw the thing because it's fun to do the thing? I don't know why, like, a lot of things need so much justification as to why you're doing them. I mean, sure, it's not like I don't ask people, like, why they're doing a thing. It's not, like, even to interrogate them. It's just because I I'm actually curious, and I'm sure the same can be said for these other people. But at the same time, it's like, this character looks like that because they do. It's like, and even if I explain to you in universe why a character might look or act or do or whatever, the things that they do, are you actually going to understand it? Probably not, family member X. Nah. Also, that's a good point. I didn't watch a lot of stuff because I felt like I was being judged for it or asked questions in ways that made it seem like it was my fault to show. Yes! No, like, exactly. Like, this one, just that one episode of Angelic Layer, it sticks out to me so much nowadays. And it's like, I don't know. First off, it's a doll. Who cares? Second off, yes, they're kind of censoring it. It's still a doll. Who cares? But it's like, okay, had the character not done that, had she not covered it with her thumbs just by happenstance, would you be mad that they did? Because that's the thing. It's like, you get some people, it's like, ugh. It's like, well, what do you want them to do? And again, it's like, nothing you can do to change it. You can't fix it. Anyway, it's just dumb. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it in the manga, anyhow. And if anything, they're just copying what they did in the manga. I don't fucking know. You know what? Actually, hold on. I'm bothered now. Give me a minute. I'm not even gonna put the BRB back string up. Hold on. Ah, God damn it. Almost died. Too fucking long. No. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Sorry about that. I think that might have muted the audio. Whatever, it's back now. Anyway, I went and I got volume 1 of Angelic Layer just to see how they handle it in here. I don't fucking remember. I really liked the series. The anime wasn't so great, and I think they changed the ending or something, which, okay, fine, whatever. I mean, you still see the doll without her, you know, outfit on because it's a doll. Who gives a fuck? It's a doll. I don't know. Getting all worked up over nothing. Man, I love how expressive their work is, even though they use, like, minimal lines. And their line weight is so nice. Ah, Clamp. You guys do good stuff when you're not making everyone have noodle legs. Even this kind of has noodle limbs. But, you know, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, I guess she doesn't do the thumb thing in here. Technically. So maybe they just did it because TV. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there. I didn't make the decision. I just like the designs. And the concept's pretty neat. Fucking mind control robo dolls doing fights. That's neat, okay? Super neat. Yeah, their shapes, and their lines, and their expressions are so good. Damn it. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be here to draw, not flip through manga and lament at my inability to do cool things. Every time I read, like, My Hero, like I said before, it's like, I get so upset. Because he's so good at drawing hands, and the expressions are so good. I'm like, ah, fuck. Even with, like, Deku's, like, kind of goofy face, like, most of the time, it's like, ah, it's so expressive, and I love it. That's the state my mind goes into, is just, I cannot express cannot express the feelings that I have with English words or even human words. Fun is illegal in this imperial. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. I had a friend over. We were going. I have all my old sketchbooks in my room, all of them, and they are dated. And they're stored in order of when they should have been completed. So you know, you got a nice timeline of progression, at least through my college years, right? I have artwork as old as 2005. But you know, it's still it's still embarrassing going through them. And it's like, even though it's old and I've gotten better and I've done other things since then, even if people go through them, if I let them go through them, which doesn't happen often, because it's old stuff, it's like, oh no. Like, you get secondhand embarrassment for 14-year-old you or whatever going through old stuff. It's like, oh no. Well, honey, what were you doing? This doesn't look good. Is it bad? Oh no, it's so cliche what you just drew there. But it's like, again, everyone, I'm pretty sure, goes through those phases. So it's like, you shouldn't. I don't know. I get annoyed when people rag on other people for having bad fan characters or whatever. Doing OCs. It's like, sorry, we all do it. It's just that thing. If other people do it, just leave them alone. Of course, this could just be me defending myself, considering that I'm still, you know, working on shit for a Naruto OC X years after the fact. It's like, what am I doing with my life? But it's like, hey, it makes me happy and I have fun with it. I don't know. It's still the entire why, but why? It's like, because I can. Leave me alone. Stop asking me why every 5 minutes. Oh no. Oh no. It's just it's like, I draw stuff for fun or because I can or to get it off of my mind because I've been thinking about it or because I can. And everyone's like, oh, what's this about? It's like, oh, please don't make me explain it. But please also don't tease me for it. I don't know. It's like, I could probably tell you my reasoning, but I don't really want to. Or if I do, you're still going to tease me anyway. And I don't want to go through that. Thank you very much. So... At what point do I want her hand down? Or we're just going to finish drawing the body for the rest of these frames for now. It's not going anywhere. Oh no. I know I'm getting like weirdly defensive about it, but it's one of those gut reactions, I think. Like, even after all this time, you get so many people asking, oh, why'd you do this? Why do you like this? Why is this a thing? It's like, can it just be a thing because it is? I don't know why I have to justify it to you. Do you actually even care? Does it affect you in any way that me liking it will harm you or something? I don't know. Like, I mean, yes, again, some of those people could be asking out of, like, genuine curiosity, but it's like, you need to check the tone in which you ask it. Because sometimes, if you ask it in a certain tone, it can be misconstrued as you judging it or thinking it's weird, and therefore I am weird for liking it because it's something you don't like. I don't know. Why do you like the thing? Why do you have stupid ass questions? I mean, I get it. There are things that I don't like, and I'm like, why do people like this? This isn't good. But and it's like, I will state my reasons as to why, but I'm not necessarily going to judge people if they like it. I'm just like, okay. You find something in it that I clearly don't. Me? No. Thank you. You can have it. This, you can have it. I will push all of the thing to them, and they can do what they want with it. I don't know. Maybe something in what I'm saying is hypocritical. I don't try to judge. I guess at the same time, maybe it's not judging. It's just like lack of understanding. It's like, okay, why do you like this? I don't understand. Like Vampire Knight. I don't understand why people... Okay, well, I kind of understand why people like Vampire Knight, but at the same time, I don't understand why people like Vampire Knight. Vampire Knight just made me mad, which is why I'm going to constantly rag on it. Again, I'm probably being hypocritical here. I'm aware of this. But what is Vampire Knight, and it's Knight with a K, is a anime manga series that focuses on this girl named Yuki Cross, who along with her friend Zero act as a night guard to protect the human students at the academy they go to from the night class, which is composed completely of vampires. So, you know, they gotta make sure the vampires don't go eating on the human students, even though they made an agreement not to do that, so they can go to school. It's to, the headmaster of the school is Yuki's adoptive father. Sorry, there's spoilers for Vampire Knight. I'm sorry, I hate the series. I'm spoiling it to the best of my ability. So Yuki's adoptive dad, the headmaster, used to be a vampire hunter, but then decided, hey, you know, maybe things would be better if we didn't do the things we did as humans and vampires. So let's put them in school together. Nothing will go wrong. Except I'm going to, you know, task 2 of my students with making sure the vampires still don't eat my other regular normal human students. Just in case. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right? And so that's what they do. But Yuki is pretty much useless. Vampire Knight is kind of like Twilight because her friend Zero really likes her, but she's dense or something and doesn't realize it and has this thing for the head vampire, Kaname, who also has a thing for her. And of course, Zero doesn't like him because he's a vampire, and Zero just hates vampires. But it turns out that Zero is actually a vampire because I think he got turned into a vampire when his younger brother was killed by another vampire. And he just forgot. There's a lot of forgetting you're a vampire and losing the effects of being a vampire just on the happenstance that you forgot. A lot of that happens, like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. But okay, you do you, Vampire Knight, except no, fuck you. That's stupid. It also turns out that Yuki is also a vampire, but her vampire mother, who is also, like, related to her dad because inbreeding in vampire bloodlines is fine to keep the bloodline pure because you have that whole thing with purebloods and half-breeds and blah, 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 that usual shit. But I don't remember, their family got hunted down. I don't remember why. Who cares? I don't care. It's stupid. Anyway, so Yuki's mom, so she didn't get killed, hypnotizes a young Yuki to forget she's a vampire, so sunlight doesn't affect her, she doesn't need to drink blood, none of that stuff, until she remembers later on, and then it's a problem. It's like, what? But it also turns out that when that her family, when they were all, you know, happy and vampires and shit, I think she had a sibling too. I don't fucking remember. Who cares? The sibling might have been Kaname, who is actually, like, the reincarnation of, like, this really older vampire, also named Kaname or something like that. But Yuki and Kaname were also engaged when they were both vampires, and that's why he has a thing for her and keeps an eye out for her, and whenever she gets hurt, which is, like, every fucking episode, he has to come to her rescue because she's fucking useless. Like, okay, she's tasked with protecting the other students from the vampires. And in one episode, she literally gets cut jumping from a balcony and a tree branch cuts her leg. So all the vampires lose their shit because her blood's just so tasty. Not just because she's main character, but also because she's, you know, one of the super powerful pureblood vampires. She just fucking forgot. So Kaname constantly has to act as a fucking shield for her. For the other vampires, like, she doesn't do her job. She's really bad at her job. Just full stop, bad at her job. And mind you, I only watched this anime because people's like, do you have Vampire Knight stickers? I'm like, no, I haven't seen the series. I'll check it out. And then I regretted it immediately afterwards. And I didn't read the manga. The manga goes on, like, longer than the fucking anime does. And I just went and Wikipedia'd that shit because I don't have the patience. It gets worse, though, right? So So, yeah, Kaname likes Yuki because they were actually previously engaged, because that's just how it goes. I should pull up the wiki, but then we'll be here all day, and that's not the point of the stream. But it still gets dumb, because Zero's a vampire, Yuki's a vampire, everyone's just a vampire, and they just forgot. And then Yuki finds out that her stick thing that she uses to fight vampires can turn into a badass scythe. And she actually kind of does stuff in, like, the last handful of episodes, but not enough to excuse it. There's a handful of episodes after she remembers she's a vampire where they just kind of lock her away in the room. It's like, you can't do anything right now, Yuki, just wait here. She's like, but I need to protect everyone. It's like, you do a really poor job at it, so who fucking cares? Like, every time she steps in to try to protect someone, she gets hurt, where either Zero and or Kaname have to jump in to make sure she doesn't die. Like, she's just not good at her job. She is useless, and I don't like her. I don't. Sorry, it's poorly done, and I will never not be mad about it. But then, I'm not saying the author's bad at what she does. I'm assuming it's a she, actually. I don't know. I think, whatever. The author is bad at what they do, because they couldn't even figure out who they wanted their main character to be with, because there is both, like, a weird romance between Yuki and Zero and Yuki and Kaname. So in the manga, she ends up having, I think, children with both of them, and one of them dies and is like, hey, I hope you can make Yuki happy or something, and take care of my kid or something. I don't fucking know. When I read it on the wiki, it kind of broke my brain. So I'm pretty sure the segment of my brain that stores this information is actually broken. So unless I go look it up, I'm not going to remember it completely, but I don't really want to go look it up because it's still dumb. And I'm pretty sure reading it a few more times will just break my brain even more. And I don't know if I really want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, I don't see why people... I want to say I don't see why people like it. I know why I don't like it, and I know why other people do like it. It's because, again, it's like Twilight. People can just take Yuki, throw her out the window, and then project themselves in her spot. It's like Bella. The same function of that character. So... Sure, fine, whatever. It's just, I don't think it's good, so I don't think people should like it, but people do. Fine, whatever, that's their choice. I just keep it away from me. I don't, no more of that. No. Here, we're gonna go look on, we're talking about Clamp and their noodle syndrome. Vampire Knight also has that problem, as you can see from this screenshot. It has Code Geass syndrome, which is an infinitely better anime that you should watch over fucking Vampire Knight. But everyone has teeny tiny little heads and then Slender Man legs. For days. And then this was a scene that happened. This is supposed to be a serious scene. She is upset about... Somebody did something. Kaname or Zero or Mad, or she's looking at I don't fucking remember. But please, look at this. This is not right. When people tease anime for having big eyes, it's because of shit like this. Because this doesn't make a lick of goddamn sense. This is supposed to be a serious, thoughtful, contemplative scene. Not even a few scenes later, look, they can do it normally. They can do it normally. Still, they're kind of big, but they don't look stupid. Also, a serious contemplative scene. She actually makes this face for like 95% of the series, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if she knows how to smile. I don't know if she knows how to emote. Maybe she forgot how to with her fucking amnesia that makes her forget she's a vampire and needs to drink blood and the sun should hurt her. But whatever. I don't know. I didn't write it. No, it's not much better, but if you look between the two, this is preferable over this. Yes? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. This is just bad. Just full stop bad. End of story. And if it was just for one frame, or a few frames, sure. But the one with her dinner plate eyes, they hang on it for a while. It's like, can you go away? Can we shift the scene? Can we look at anything else? I don't care what it is. I just don't want to see her face anymore. But yeah, no. See, so I don't like Vampire Knight. I don't think it's very well executed. In my opinion, I never want to watch it again. If people like it, fine. I'll make stickers or buttons or whatever for those people, but I'm not going to understand it. I don't know. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, I don't get it. But I do. I do. Again, this is why we make our bad OCs and self-inserts, is because, we like to imagine ourselves in fantastical situations as a form of escapism from the crummy day-to-day grind that is real life. I get it. Really, I do. But why does it have to be for things that are kind of subpar? Granted, this is again coming from someone who spends too much time thinking about Naruto and realizes the major flaws in Naruto. But I'm still in that hole. Like, I get it. I get it. I do, but I don't. I don't know. This is the state of existence for me. That's where I sit. I don't know. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I just went on a whole tirade there, and I apologize. But yeah, I'm sorry for all the random kind of spoilers for fucking Vampire Knight. It's an old ass series at this point. Who cares? If you like it, you like it. Vampire Knight, so bad. I mean, I have similar feelings towards Black Butler, but I want to say I liked Black Butler, at least the first 2 seasons that I happen to have, because I think my cousin bought it, didn't like it, and gave them to me, which is fine. It's not really up his alley. He likes vampire stuff, like he likes Hellsing, but considering Black Butler has a lot more yaoi, not things in it. That's mainly the fan base. But considering the demographic that I'm pretty sure Black Butler is aimed towards, I can understand why he didn't want it in his collection. I think the same thing happened with... I actually don't know where it is. It might be in the cabinet. I think the same thing happened with his copy of D and Angel. It's like, I get it, why he probably wouldn't like that. That series by itself kind of annoys me anyway, because they have that annoying ass love fucking square in it, because whatever. It's like, oh great. Like, I get why people like Black Butler, but I also don't understand why, when you could just probably go watch Hellsing, which is pretty much what Black Butler, in my opinion, tries to be, and Hellsing does better anyway. But whatever. I don't know. I didn't want to judge people's tastes. I don't. It's just, I try to understand, but there are certain facets of it that I don't understand. And I know it's because I don't particularly like those certain things. It's like Sword Art Online. So many people like Sword Art Online, and I kind of can't stand it. It's like, I get why people like it, though. Well, that it's kind of, a soft harem anime, so a lot of people like it because soft harem anime. I didn't read any of the graphic novels or visual novels, or whatever, so I don't know if those are any better. But I just remember being more annoyed with it than anything. I wanted more dot hack, I suppose, and then it was just them dicking around for most of the series. Like, oh, the first couple episodes are fun. They're fighting RPG monsters in a fantasy setting, and then it just went to like slice of life rom-com something. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Okay, I think I want her one hand up here at this point. I'm fascinated by Dot Hack despite never really getting into it. To be honest, I wasn't fully into it myself. I only really played the first game. But I like the concept of it. I have a few volumes for one of the manga on my shelf, but I don't actually remember it all that well. And I've only seen like a few episodes of the anime. Also, hello Rad Skull. Welcome to the art stream, which is just me complaining about anime again. Which is most art streams, I think. It's just me complaining about shit. I don't know, but I like the concept of it. And I just wish... Oh, actually, maybe I want to... I don't actually want that hand there. That'll only give me technically 2 frames. Like, I really like the concept of Dot Hack. And that's kind of what I was hoping Sword Art Online would be. And it's like, I get it. People watch it for the entire thing between Kirito and Asuna. And it's like, okay, fine. But the whole rest of the season is just Kirito getting flirted on by all these other girls. I'm like... I thought you two were serious over here. Sure, maybe those other girls should back off a bit, but it's still a thing, and it bothers me. I don't know. That, and I get why people do it. I do, and I know I shouldn't get mad, but I'm going to. I'm going to. You see so many people cosplaying as Kirito. Because they probably have it in their mind. They're like, oh, I'm a nice guy and I'm good at video games. Girls should flock to me like they do to Kirito and Sword Art Online. We should all get cute gamer girls and stuff like that and have other cute gamer girls fawning over us because we're so good at them video games, right? And I know not all of them probably think like that, but I'd wager a good portion of them do. It's like all the people that cosplay as Deadpool as a free pass to act like an idiot without understanding the facets of the character that is Deadpool. Didn't he try to have her? Well, yes, but they're not technically blood related. She's like his cousin or friend or something that was adopted and they just didn't get... Yeah, she also develops a crush on his sister. I'm gonna go look it up. I don't fucking remember. That was season 2. After season 2, I stopped kind of watching it. It's like, I don't care. That, and it was stupid that they built Asuna up as, you know, a pretty cool character. You know, she was pretty badass in season 1, or she was supposed to be, and then she just gets locked up for all of season 2 while Kirito's off flying around as a fairy. And I was like, okay, cool. Then just his luck of getting a character that looks similar to most of his avatars in a random character creator. It's like, fuck you. That's not how that works. I hate this. I hate this. I have thoughts on Sword Art Online. I get it. Lots of people like it. Sure. The concepts, the other concepts that aren't based around other things in it, I'm actually okay with. But those other things are kind of the basis for the series, and I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this right now. Yeah, okay. It's his adoptive sister, but she's technically his cousin. Because they are maternal first cousins. His mom and her mom were sisters. So, you know, it's still not great. Still not great. No one can ever make themselves in a game. No, they can't. Still pissed that no one noticed when the big bad put kill switches in the gun. Yeah, you're mass producing these headsets and someone's like, hey, what does this thing here? What does this do? It's to keep your ears warm while you're playing your VR headset game because your ears never get warm when you're wearing a headset. They get cold, so we're just warming them up. Or they could be ear coolers. I don't fucking know. My sister watched SAO and seemed to like it, and I was baffled to hear. That makes it okay. What's the conversion rate on nice guy tokens to achievement points, and how much do I need to cash in for a girlfriend? Oh my god, no. This looks like a microwave component though, sir. No, it's not a microwave component, I promise. Okay, if you say so. How many of these do you need? Lots of them, please. Okay. Wait, are we talking about SAO or Attack on Titan? Which will they, won't they, between adoptive siblings are we talking about? We're talking about SAO right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on in Attack on Titan. Whatever. It's one of those, we'll get there when we get there. Which is kind of the state that I've been in for Attack on Titan since like season 2. I haven't actually watched the anime. I stay up to date with the manga. But when they kept... I get that you need to have obstacles for your heroes to overcome. I do. And I get the entire point of Attack on Titan is that helplessness. The literal and physical walls that they constantly have to deal with, or whatever, right? I get it. I do. But goddamn, every time that they would get so close to that basement and not get to that basement and have to be sent all the way back to the start line, it wore me down, and I'm like, can we just get to the basement? Can you give your characters one win? Just one. One win. I understand why you're making them lose, but if you constantly always only make them lose, you're going to burn out your audience, and we're not going to care as much. Attack on Titan is maybe... I don't know, I'm not a fan of... They tone it down, like... later on in the series, I guess they don't care too much. Well, okay, it's kind of important. I get it. The first season, they really try and get you on... I think it's kind of like the first episode of Parasite, where they ramped it up really high with all the body horror stuff in Parasite, and then the rest of the season they don't really touch on it because it's not about that. It's about the relationship between... What's the main character's name? I don't remember. Between him and his hand? His alien hand? So, fine. Like, you don't see anything as graphic, if I remember correctly. It doesn't get as graphic later on, even if they are actually doing battle later on. How do you eat when you're hooked up to the headset? And can I get Totino's brand slurry, or is that extra? Can't wait to see what Forte does for no VOR member or after Inktober. Yeah, I plan on doing Inktober, but that's like the only thing that I do, and I'm not even going to follow the prompts. It's weird because I like Death Note and early JoJo, but I don't like... Wait. In relation to what? What? Wait. What are we talking about now? I'm lost. I feel like we're... I feel like we're all on different pages. Hold on, I need to count frames. 2, 4, 6. Damn it! That's not what I wanted to do. Shit. 2, 4, 6, 8. Or maybe I should have... Him and his alien hand. No, I'm talking about Parasite. Parasite. fucking is the character's name? It's been freaking forever since I watched Parasite. Like, forever. Shinichi gets an alien in his hand. Don't mix up this. It's hard to not get confused on animes, but you know. I realized halfway through the sentence that I like Death Note and early JoJo because I was entranced by the story. Attack on Titan and SAO and some other equally brutal shows I didn't like because they lacked a story that compelled me. That's fair. No, that's the same frame. I just said I didn't. Well. I could use those 2 frames. Maybe I want. I'm actually really bad at timing certain follow-throughs. I've learned it's either like always too early or too late, and it drives me crazy. It's because I don't use fucking any graphs to time things out. I just kind of go based off feeling, and my feeling is sometimes off. Only by like a frame or 2, but still it's off. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. It doesn't. It's not important right now. It's just me being weird. Unless you want me to explain. But it might help if I have a visual. Figure it out in a minute. Yeah, like it turns into a gun. Yes, it does. But in Trigun, it does. Talking about Parasite. I've already said what series I'm talking about. Stop crossing the goddamn streams. I wasn't a huge fan of when stands happened just because I really liked Hamon and the darkness from the vampire stuff, but I lost interest completely at part 4. Yeah, I'm still behind on JoJo, so I don't have a... an opinion for later seasons yet. I don't think I have any issues with the stands. Anyway. The parts I'm worried about are when it kind of splits from like the main Joestar family, but that's just me like thinking about it. I don't know. I get kind of why they're doing that, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk on JoJo because I'm behind. Ignore what I'm saying. Redact everything. I'm just splurting. I could definitely understand losing interest in stands during part 3 because the stands are really basic. Ooh fire, ooh swords, ooh punches, but in part 4 it goes places. Damn it, when I have problems like this when I'm animating, I start to think, maybe I'm just bad at this. I should plan this shit out better, is probably part of the problem. And I don't. Okay. Maki could have gone forward in Time Lord, but he threw Joseph under the bus instead. I would say you guys can continue, but I don't know exactly what you might be referring to, and I hope it doesn't go into spoilers because I'm so behind on things and I apologize. Okay, I'm gonna start lifting the arm out about here. Again, I'm still trying to catch up on fucking Inuyasha right now, but I'm not going to be able to get where I want to before the new series starts on the 3rd. How tall is that lion man? Oops. This tall? This tall, technically. About shoulder. Yes, everyone is short, tiny, and squishy. Damn it. I don't know. I just wanted I thought these characters would be simpler to animate, which is... I tried to stay simple when I designed them. But this is me we're talking about, and I never stay simple. Simple is not a word in an artist's vocabulary. I suppose not. No. Not with me either. When I'm like, I'm just gonna do a simple thing, it ends up becoming a whole long-ass project that doesn't get done because there's still some traces of my old ambition somewhere. But I can't keep up with it much nowadays, unfortunately. Next thing you know, you drew a beautiful piece of work, then realized, shit, I gotta draw this 100 more times. Pretty much. Look, I almost animated an arm doing a thing I wanted to do. I feel like there should be more of an arc, but I could live with what I have here. I like this song. Sorry. Draw what you know, I guess. I'm average height. I'm as tall as I need to be, thank you very much. I'm like 5'5", last I checked. What's the music? Really? Is it just really low? So low. You know, it's the Undertale OST. I didn't know what else to put on. I was gonna do Super Mario Odyssey, but I wasn't feeling it, and I was gonna do Undertale remixes, but it's like that could, yeah, it's just a Undertale is good music. I hear. Yeah, are you? I can't tell when you're pulling my leg or not. can actually pull this hand back a bit more. It's on one frame, next frame, meaning I can insinuate that it's moving faster. Oh, you never beat Undertale. How far did you get in Undertale? I'm sorry, I guess I just always assume at this point that everyone's either played it or seen playthroughs of it because phenomenon, I don't know. I'm sorry, I should not assume. I apologize. I hate it when people do that to me, so I shouldn't do it to other people. I am very sorry. I got so mad with the Undyne fight. Yeah, the Undyne fight wasn't fun. We did do Genocide Route a while back. The playlist should be up on the YouTube channel if you want to check it out. But we did do a Genocide Route on stream a while back. Sans is not fun. It was bad. The Sans fight was bad. And I apologize for all the time that took up out of people's lives, especially my own. Just past Undyne, then I got a lot spoiled for me, so I only... Oh, I see. Wait, Undyne on Genocide, or, The other hand I drew was better. Say Undertale... Undyne on Genocide Riot, or Pacifist? Fight's still dumb either way, so... And I still want the hand up more. Because then what I could do is pretend I know how to do blur frames properly, which I don't. I'm a casual playthrough. Okay. That's fair. I tried to avoid stuff and I got spoiled, but a lot of shit was confusing, so I wasn't spoiled so much as it was preemptively shown. I managed to avoid spoilers for the most part, I think. I got introduced to Undertale by a friend who was playing it way before I got into it. Okay. Well, maybe I saw some spoilers, because when she was playing it around me, she was on the first... Basically, I don't know... it would have been like a casual playthrough, but she was on the Asgore fight at the end. And then she did Photoshop Flowey. So I did see that way ahead of time. And then she got mad at me because I didn't get stuck on the Asgore fight, and she was stuck on it for like fucking ever. I did it like first try. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I could move that hand down and do the same thing I'm trying to do here. So it's like I kind of had that spoiled for me, but I didn't have any context leading up to it. And I don't think I actually got the game until like way after that point anyway. And I managed to stay away from spoilers up until then. Surprisingly, considering the internet is the internet. And that's usually pretty hard to do. Especially with how big it was. Okay, no, that hand needs to go up more somewhere. Same thing happened to me when I played... Oh, wait, hold on. So I found out that you could do pacifist after already having killed Toriel despite me trying to spare a ton. Figured it was a but thou must trope. Same thing happened to me when I played off. Asgore was hard because I didn't realize, unlike every other fight, what I was supposed to do. See, I think that's why Asgore was fine for me when I went through it, because my friend let me attempt a few times on Asgore when she was playing it. I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't do so well then, but it's like I knew what was coming up pretty much. So that helped. Hold on. How do I... Onion skin settings. I need this one on, please. So it's like I knew what was coming up for that at least. I still need to actually play off. I'd like to play off on stream. To be honest, I've only actually ever seen a Let's Play of it. I think it was Markiplier's Let's Play that I've seen. And I remember I was trying to work on this nifty little, like, animation for it. Or I at least had, what was it? I had storyboards done up for it. Do I have them? I don't know if I have them posted anywhere. They might be on the Patreon, but, you know, you guys should check out the Patreon. That I don't post as much on it. I'm so sorry. I don't... There's so many things I want to do and I should do and I need to do, and it's hard to find the time, and then I'm taking naps all the goddamn time and I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just sleepy all the time. All the time, every time, every day. All the time sleepy. Do I not have them on here? Nope, I guess they're not on here. But yeah, I guess executive dysfunction is a good way to put it. But it's like I had this whole thing storyboarded out, and I had Markiplier clips like cut up. If you look on somewhere, it's either on one of my hard drives or one of the mini fucking flash drives floating around here. 'Cause I got too many of them. It's like I was supposed to be putting together an animatic for it for timing reasons, and I did not do that yet. Oh no. Pipe dream. I just want to do cool things, and I just can't find the energy and the time to do all the cool things that I want to do, and then I'm afraid the cool things aren't going to be cool enough for people to like them, and then I get sad, and then I just don't end up doing them, I guess. I don't know. I psych myself out a lot. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's psyching myself the fuck out. I know I shouldn't worry too much about it, but it's hard not to, I suppose. I just want Senpai to notice me. Senpai being everybody, I guess. I don't know. Did I not actually post it on here? Strange. No, it's... I try to keep myself on track. I feel like I was a lot better with it in college, and then after college it died. Just completely died. Let's try storyboard. Maybe I didn't post it on this Tumblr. Maybe it was a different Tumblr, because I have another Tumblr that I stopped posting on. How do I access that Tumblr? I don't fucking remember how to work Tumblr. I swear I put them up somewhere. Where did they go? This is important, but now I'm just... See, this is what happens, is something that's not important right here in the moment will fucking distract me, and then I just go off and look for that instead of doing the thing I was supposed to be doing, which is this. Because I'm terrible. Easily distracted by nothing. Where is it? I don't know. I swear I put it up somewhere. It wouldn't be around the time these posts were because it shouldn't be. Did I really not put it up anywhere? I swear I did. Well, I guess I fucking remembered horribly wrong. My own stuff. That's good. That's always good. Let's try this. No, that's not gonna help. Maybe? Oh, my back hurts. Does Timmy even deserve to go to college, really? Yes, I think she does. By the way, I'm not entirely sure, but based on the lady looking fancy and being green, I think she is evil. Maybe evil. No, she's evil. My sister's one friend from... I know I did post it. Did I just not fucking... Oh, I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't tag them properly. Oh, I see what it... Yeah, I tagged them. These aren't even the finished ones. Here, let's do a sidebar. Another sidebar, because we don't never do any of those. No, she's evil. My sister's one friend from her film group apparently didn't get the gist of the story. The gist is she it's she's the co-president, co-CEO. She had to have a specific title, and I don't remember what it was. Whatever. She's the head of a company, or the sub-head of a company. I had a lot of over-the-top story plans for this. Again, I had to pull back a lot to get it to where it was. But pretty much the universe they're living in is... The object is face masks. So, in the universe, they were having kind of a weird pandemic problem. Think kind of like Final Fantasy VII, right? Where there's some kind of health problem going on, and she's the CEO of a company that provides, you know, aid for that, but it turns out they're actually poisoning the air supply because, you know, make a problem, fix the problem, profit. She does village... Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was going for. It's like, this is maybe, like, there's actually early drafts of the script had the main character encountering people pretty much dying in alleyways as they went to go infiltrate the building to find out the evil plans, because that's what's going on here. Is they're going in to get the evil plans and then they're leaving. That's the whole dealie. But again, it was getting too lengthy and I had 4 days to get something down, so I had to cut out a bunch of shit. Again, it's supposed to be a simple project. I could probably make a small story binder or Bible for this if I wanted to, but it didn't, because it didn't. I had 4 days, and I shouldn't keep blowing projects up like I do. That's what I do. I had this, not problem, but like in my early animation class, they're like, oh, do 10 seconds of this. I was like, here's 30. They're like, what the fuck? It's like, I had fun. I'm gonna go now. And yeah, every time someone asks, hey, give me 10%, it's like, here's 80. Or something ridiculous. Cause I do. Cause I do. But yeah. Yeah. Again, I didn't want it to be too hot and heavy in terms of the seriousness of the story, which is why everything's so round and cartoony and fun. So some of it had to get cut, mainly for time. I want to say maybe I'll expand on these characters, but I say that about every goddamn thing I do, and I really shouldn't do that. I don't do just... My side projects become big projects, and then nothing gets done. Because I'm terrible at planning. I like to do things, and I hope people like the things, but then I never finish the things. Life is suffering, you know. Anyway, we were doing a quick sidebar. So, see, I made these nifty little storyboards. They weren't finished at this point. But yeah, it was basically for the intro to the Enoch fight. Because I just liked how Mark did it on his thing. But there's a lot of dead space in it at one point, because there is a point between when you meet Enoch and when you actually finish him off where nothing's happening, and like, ah, shit, how do I fill in this space? So I haven't figured that out, and like I said, I was trying to put together an animatic for it, and I just haven't. So yeah. Oh, this is a terrible picture, but you know, I wanted to do something cool with it, and for some reason I drew all these in pen. I never draw in pen, cause that's just, I don't know, a bad idea. But yeah, that was a project I wanted to do. If anything, I might get the animatic up, but that's it. I'd like to do more, of course, but that's a big old if. Just look them up. Just played off Enoch Gizzard Boy. He is the... I don't know what zone he rules over, but they create sugar there. So, yeah. My favorite is actually Dedan and off. Because I like the thought that, I don't know, just seeing him walk around angry and swearing at things makes me laugh because I'm dumb? I don't know. My favorite character is probably Zachary, though. Because I like Zachary. Oh, here we go. Here. You have little Zachary, because it's a Zachary, and I like Zachary. And then, I like to... My headcanon is that when Dedan just needs some time alone, he just goes to chill out on the swan boats, while his poor little Elson assistants kind of have to deal with all the paperwork. So, like... Of course I like Zachary. Who doesn't like Zachary? Picture the judge. I don't... where? So I did this crossover and people didn't like it because people didn't want me to associate Papyrus with the batter, which I get. I don't know. But yeah, no. We should play off one day. We should do like RPG Maker game. I want to say month, but things take me at least a couple months to get through, so I can't even settle on a month. It'd have to be a couple months with me. Want to play some Yume Nikki? My friend got me into Yume Nikki back in the day. I saw recently that someone actually had a Yume Nikki shirt for a short period of time. I was like, I didn't know people still fucking remembered this game. I keep getting distracted. That's always good. Where are they? like spaghetti more? Papyrus for your cat? Javert. Probably papyrus. But yeah, we should do indie game session at some point. RPG Maker games. Cause I like me some RPG Maker games. I'm getting distracted again. I wanted to get this shot done tonight is kind of my goal. Like I said, the stream's kind of gonna be a bit short itself. So that's why I was like, if I get this shot done, I'll be happy. And I'm getting distracted. That's totally fine. Our stream's supposed to be chill. Okay, now we have to do the other arm, which I have to figure out the timing for. And if you're like, oh, why don't you just time her arm to move the same time her other arm does? You don't want to do that. One of the things they teach you in animation school is to avoid twitting, and that's when, sure, things will move in tandem. That happens, but they won't move completely in sync. Usually. Sometimes they do. Sometimes. Like what my hands are doing. But they will be slightly off. They will be slightly off. So it's like I don't want things to be. I mean, when you're, they will probably move close in tandem, but I don't want them to move at the exact same time. Ideally. So, like, her arm, technically, I guess her other arm should be moving. They're not doing the same thing, though, so maybe it's okay. I don't know. I'm not doing twatting? What? I mean, technically they should move at the same time. It'd be really weird if you moved one arm and then you moved the other, because... Twitting? No, twinning. Like twins. Twinning. Okay, well, I guess we're going to move on the same frame here, because that would make sense. The only reason why you want to avoid twinning is because it's a bit more natural if they're not twinning. If it's a robot, then sure, you can probably twin as much as you want because it's a robot and robots move more mechanically. That reminds me of how synthesizers / MIDI sometimes have stuff in them to slightly vary the beat, because an absolutely perfect beat sounds worse than a slightly imperfect beat to the human ear. Yeah. I don't remember where it was, but I remember reading some point when it came to blinks. It's like, oh, you don't want them to blink on the same frame either. They're like, oh, you should stagger one eye, because technically, I don't know if this is right, when you blink, one of your eyes starts to go before the other one does. And I remember in Toy Story, they did this. If you watch Woody, granted he's a toy, so I don't fucking know if that's the same thing that's going on, but it's like, you watch Woody, sometimes one eye will blink before the others, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Is that thing in geology? Let's talk about twinning and cleavage. Let's not! Let's not! I mean, I guess here, technically, it's going to be broken up because the hands aren't going to the same spot. So it's like here, maybe I won't have the hand go up as high because it doesn't have to go as far. And of course, when it comes to animation, you want arcs. Don't want things. You want arcs. So it's like the arm is swinging on an arc here. Technically, this arm would be swinging on an arc towards the camera. So I want it to go up and then back down is ideally the movement I want from it. So really this hand should be up a teeny tiny bit to simulate that arc. Natural things, so not like robots necessarily, move more in arcs, circles. You gotta be the leaf, you know, shit like that. Sure, there are exceptions to the rule, but you know, like rule of thumb kind of dealy. Cleavage in geology is how minerals break along the big flat surfaces that are made by the repeating crystal structure, like how an axe cleaves something in two and leaves flat surfaces at the split. Okay, that makes sense. Where do I want this hand to go? I don't know where I want this hand to go. Okay. And of course a little bit of overlap so it snaps into place. It should be fine. Technically one of these hands should probably... it should be fine. This isn't a Disney production, okay? Who the Mother! Mother! 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. I told my mother when I picked up, hey, this needs to be quick. I'm in the middle of something, and of course she has to go on about everything and anything. Not that I don't like talking to my mom, but it's like, Mom, you know, you should know. Mineralogy and the geometry of it is genuinely so cool because when you hold a big crystal, you're essentially holding millions of tiny building blocks in that same shape. Oh, that's fun. God damn it. Such a mess down here. Unfortunately, the size of the doorway and your be right back image makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but that's how big it is. If it makes you feel better, I thought about changing it recently, but I don't know if I'm gonna get around to that or not anytime soon. Well, I don't want it going off the frame. By the way, you still interested in No Man's Sky? Marginally. I say marginally because that just... I don't... it's hard for me to make commitments to games that are open world like that because I feel bad. It's like I haven't touched a Warframe in a few weeks and... They did fix it. Oh no, I get that. So it's like I wouldn't mind checking it out. It's just, it's finding the time to start another game, especially when it's open world. The list of games that I've started and I've not finished is too long and I don't like it, and a bunch of them have been like open world things. Again, I'm still trying to get through everything in Final Fantasy VII, And then I started Death Stranding right before Final Fantasy VII dropped, so that's still sitting around like we'd be here all fucking night if I went over all the stuff that I've started and not finished. Like everything. Ah! I don't want to talk about it, actually. It makes me feel really bad that that I haven't finished all these things that I want to do in my life. How did you get your couch and your stream over image in the room with the doorway that small? You know the backgrounds of my BRB images and stuff aren't supposed to be representative of the space that I live in, right? This is coming from me, but I feel like maybe you're looking too much into my BRB image. There's like 30 other things I'd like to do for the stream that aren't fixing up my BRB image, I'm afraid. I assume the rest of your apartment, minus the kitchen behind is a purple void. Oh. Do you now? Well, I'd hate to disappoint, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to. Nope, I don't... That frame's gonna have to be moved. I still need to fix the hair. The hair is still bothering me. I didn't mention anything about it when we started because if I knew if I did, it would have drove me crazy. Oh, wait, did I not? Kitchen is a green screen backdrop. Yes it is. Everything behind me is fake. That's why I can walk in and out of it, guys. It's a purple voice. You just chroma keyed out the purple and replaced it with a normal looking kitchen. Yeah, you want to see how good my faking is? Watch this. Come on, look how good this green screen is. You guys like this green screen? Yes, I have Roadrunner powers. I also have a cat. Hi, Fluffy boy. I heard you meowing. What do you want? You want attention? Are you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? You never say hi. I bet if a tunnel was painted on the side of a stone wall, she'd be able to go through it, no problem. Well, yes, see, but I'm also an artist, so I understand the principles of how that works. That's not how that works. What, Papa? What? You gonna see his beans? I don't think I can get them up there. Probably won't like it. If anything, I'll just drop them on my keyboard and that'll be a mess. We're not gonna do that. You will, Papa. He's a heavy boy. Big boy. He is. What? It is too early. Got 20 minutes before dinner time. Damn it. My mom and a bunch of my other family members went camping this weekend, and then I guess they're going camping again next weekend? I don't know why they keep going. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going camping, but goodness, they're going a lot. It seems. That's why my mom was calling me. I guess this weekend they're going to be relatively close to where I am. Relatively close being like an hour away. And she's like, we might go do a coin maze if you want to come up and do a corn maze. I'm like, maybe? She's like, I don't know yet. I won't know until I'm up there. It's like, then why are you calling me now? That's not till Sunday. Or Saturday. Too much time. No, he hasn't been eating noodles. I promise. I have not been feeding my cat noodles. Would you go to a corn maze if it was literally just a corn maze? No donuts, no ciders, just... Yes, I would. I would, actually. I like getting lost in fields of corn. What can I say? Preferably with someone else, so I'm not, you know, lost and alone in a corn maze by myself, because that's a little bit weird. I just like corn mazes. I mean, cider and donuts are a plus, sure, but would you go to a corn maze where you're surrounded by clone? No, I wouldn't. No, I probably wouldn't do that. I'm slouching again. My back's starting to hurt. Need to not do that. Oh, cool. My hot chocolate's gone to room temperature. I forgot it was here. We're not drinking that. Papa! Where are you? It's too early. Stop yelling at me. You gotta wait. Does that look better? Well, it does until it disappears. Yeah, previously hot chocolate. I made it after my brownies didn't turn out. I was like, I'm gonna have something that's chocolatey, god damn it. When my mom called, I did tell her, I was like, oh, while I have you, could you do me your favor? Because your daughter is sad right now. She was like, what? It's like, I need brownies made, Mom. Last batch she made me was really good. So I can only hope she will be kind enough to make me more brownies. I can dream. The last batch I didn't even ask her to make, so I'd like to think my chances are fairly high. Papa! What the fuck, dude? It's too early. That's the nice thing about cider is hot cider is great, cold cider is great, room temperature cider is still pretty good. No, that's true. I don't remember. Do I have like a scene where she actually points? I do, it's right here. So I shouldn't do that yet. Okay. Never mind, we're not gonna do that. She's just gonna stay like this for the rest of the shot. Okay, that's fine. Here's a question I haven't asked yet. Top 3 apple varieties? I can't say I've really ever given it thought. I like Red Delicious apples when I do buy apples, I guess. I'll... yeah, I haven't given it a lot of thought. I can't say I'm too picky when it comes to my apples, I suppose. Why did I draw that? Okay. I can't say I'm too picky when it comes to apples, I'm afraid. Oh no, I was gonna say my friend loves Red Delicious and I think she's a weirdo. What's wrong with Red Delicious apples? They're red and they're delicious. You get what's on the tin. What more can I ask for out of an apple except being red and delicious? God damn it. I don't know. They're liars. They're not delicious. They're merely and plain. I think they're perfectly fine. Thank you very much. red delicious ones are the ones I go for when I shop for apples. Not too picky beyond that, I suppose. Maybe I don't like green ones? I'm more of a red apple person? Oops. What? Ah, damn it. Press the button on the... It's not even the same color. Not to spoil anything, but are you caught up on Emmett? Yeah, no. I read it earlier today. Ah, spoilers. To be honest, I don't go on to a lot of sites that actually have a lot of spoilers on them nowadays. Like, even Tumblr. I don't follow enough people or, like, blogs for it to be a problem, I find. I guess maybe on Twitter I might have more of a problem, but I can't say I even go, like, snooping around on Twitter too much for it to be an issue. I don't know. At this point in my life, I'm not too bothered by spoilers. I think. Or that's how it feels anyway. Not saying it's not a problem, but... See, now that... No, it's going too fast. It's going so fast. I think it is anyway.
You there! What are you doing?
Nope, it's going really fast. The translator I mentioned was really upset this week because the speed scanners actually spoiled him on it before he even got his copy to translate somehow. Why was he looking at speed scanners? Granted, maybe it's because I don't know. I don't do a lot online. It's because this is on a 1. I need like a frame in between these two. Whatever. I'll come back and worry about it in a minute. He wasn't. I think it was just people posting Twitter. Oh. That's fair. I don't know. I mean, that sucks. That does. My circles aren't all that expansive, I suppose, that I have to worry about it. I'm not saying other people don't, mind you, but me, it's like, eh. I want to believe I'm not too bothered by spoilers nowadays, but there's not a lot of stuff that I'm, like, super into that I'm worried about it anymore, or something. So you're talking to someone who was watching all these Star Wars leak videos before Rise of Skywalker came out, and then just sat there and played which thing actually stayed. and what they cut. It actually, again, made it a bit more enjoyable because I at least knew what the fuck was going on or what certain plot gaps were supposed to be. Yeah, we need another frame there. Just very sudden. I mean, it works, it's just very fast. See, that's the trick with spoilers. If the actual spoilers get out there, just flood the discourse with fake spoilers easily. He's very, very anti-speed scanners, fan translators, because that's his livelihood. I mean, no, that's fair. I get that. But at the same time, there's not... Well, there's nothing I can do about it, I suppose. It sucks. The only positive you can take out of it is, like, at least people are in it enough to want to see things early, but it does suck. Also, her piece of hair up there has not been drawn in. Poop. And the thing is, when it came to Star Wars, most of the spoilers for Rise of Skywalker weren't fake. Well, I guess they might have became fake because they ended up cutting them. I don't know. Rise of Skywalker is probably a different thing entirely because it's Rise of Skywalker. Of course, I was at the point of not caring too much when Rise of Skywalker spoilers are happening because I wasn't a big fan of The Last Jedi, so I was like, oh. You know what? Sure. What's gonna happen? I don't care at this point. Just tell me. I think when it comes to me, normally I'm kind of safe-ish from the spoilers because I don't get as involved with the communities surrounding the things that I like as much nowadays. Like when I was younger I did, but nowadays I'm lukewarm on it. It's like, sure, they exist and that's fine. Maybe I'll go snooping for some fan art or something, but it's like I don't interact with a lot of the communities nowadays or just get involved all that much myself either. It's another time thing. I'm not a big Star Wars fan in general. I felt bad for my coworker because between The Last Jedi and Return of Skywalker, he had a real bad time. That's understandable. I'm a general fan, I suppose. But you're also talking to... See, now, I grew up watching the original trilogy. My cousin was into it, and we had it on VHS. So, you know, I watched those, and I liked them. And I remember actually being excited when the prequel trilogy came out. Because I was at an age, I'm like, oh, I remember watching the old movies when I was younger. I'm really excited for these new ones. So it's like, I understand why people don't like the original, or the prequel trilogy. I've seen, like, the Mr. Plinkett reviews so many times. Like, I get it. I get why people don't like them. But I personally don't have a problem with them. And that's also why it's like I'm not going to rag on people that like the new trilogy when I don't care much about it, because they probably had, like, similar experiences. But I also understand why older fans don't like it. time for it to, yeah, I wouldn't say that. Leading up to Rise of Skywalker, I watched so many anti-Disney Star Wars videos that I just got burnt out on all the negativity and I had to stop watching them. Because one, every single YouTuber that goes on about Star Wars stuff, they just regurgitate the same stuff. None of it's ever new. You just need to watch one video and you're good. And it just... I know I've said this before, but it's like, it's just so annoying when you watch critiques of stuff. And it's like, I understand you don't like it. You don't have to like it. But it's when people start throwing around names, like, I'm going to say derogatory names, but that might be too strong of a word. But it's like, it just devolves into name calling because you don't like a thing they made. And it's like, I don't think that's necessary. It's like they call J.J. Abrams Jar Jar Abrams or Rian Johnson Ruin Johnson. I'm like, oh, very good for you, you're clever. But they have to use it every other video after they come up with it once. And it's like, now I'm just kind of tired of it. It's like, I get why you're doing this. It's to make yourself feel better that they made something you didn't like for a series that you like, right? And I just don't see the point of it. You can like a thing without completely trashing the people who made it, I suppose. You know, we somehow went full circle. Did we? I guess we kind of did. We're back to criticizing or talking about things people like and don't like. I don't know. So many of those videos, like, it was fun at first to listen to the leaks, but then it just got into name calling. It's like, they ruined everything, I can't enjoy this thing, and you know, it's tiring. It's like, do you guys have any fun with anything? It's not like I don't agree with certain points that they have for stuff, because, like, I can totally get it, but it's just the layers of negativity is like, you're already mad and then you're choosing to put more and more layers on. It's like, oh, they didn't respect how we felt about the series, so we can't respect what they made or even the person themselves, so we're going to call them, you know, names or something. Like, you can like Lovecraft's work and not like Lovecraft, which people... Yeah, I don't know, it's just really frustrating when it just devolves into it. I just got so tired of it after a while, and it's like, okay, that's enough Star Wars videos. Like, I might watch one or two here and there, but it's like I have to be very picky choosy on like, sorry, I'm trying to find something to play now. But it's like I have to be very picky choosy on who the videos by if I'm even going to have any fun with it. Because if not, it's just going to be negativity fest. It's like a little negativity, I suppose. Constructive criticism is fine. Venting about how you don't like something is fine. But it's like, I don't like certain things in Naruto. I don't like Boruto. But I'm not going to take Kishimoto or the guy working on Boruto and start making up names to call them because I don't like something in the thing they made. Like, whatever. Doesn't mean I hate them as people. I just don't understand why they made those decisions, and I don't like those decisions, and that's fine, because it's not me not liking them, it's not liking their decisions, which is okay. I guess we'll just go to this. That's natural. Again, it's not like I don't even agree with some of the stuff they're saying, but I don't know why we have to do it in the way that they insist on doing it. Disney is evil. The current state of things is hates the fans. Name calling. It's like, oh goodness. Now we're thrown back into 3rd grade. Why is my fucking shortcut buttons not working on my tablet? Can you stop doing that? You just stop there. See if plugging it back in helps. Right, undo. There we go. I fixed it. So that was going to drive me a little batty if I didn't get that fixed. I don't know why it does that. It's only on this computer that I have that problem. Well, nah. Constructive criticism is good, whether it is positive or negative. Destructive criticism, yeah. Yeah. Like, see, that's like always the hardest thing in college, especially art college, when you have studio projects, when you have to show yourself stuff in front of everyone and then they give you constructive criticism. You know you're not supposed to take it personally, though sometimes it's really hard to do that, especially if it's from someone that you don't necessarily get along with. But it's not necessarily there to attack you. And yes, you have to develop tough skin for the people that are trying to do that intentionally, trying to hurt you with their criticism. Which is basically all they're doing in most of these videos, is it's being destructive. They are purposely going out of their way to come up with these names or these terms that are only there to degrade and harm the person that made that thing that they don't like. And it's like, I don't like that, obviously, because it's pointless. It's not going to change anything. What's done is done. Yes, Disney or whoever can try and retcon the fuck out of whatever they want to. Some people are going to be happy about it. Some people are... There's no point that everyone's going to be happy about what gets done or what doesn't get done. That's just how it is. So, I get it. You want to make like a positive influence on this thing, but also degrading the people that make the things that you don't like in hopes that it'll make something better kind of seems counterproductive. Like, if I made a thing that people didn't like and then they started calling me names, I probably wouldn't make anything better, or I probably wouldn't make anything related to it at all. Granted, this is different than Disney, who's a company and wants to make the money and cash in on the purchase they made, that is Star Wars. So that's a whole different, can of worms right there. But it's like, I don't know. It's like you keep filling the system with spite and anger and hatred. Like, if you want to... Are they not taking any of the lessons from Yoda to heart when it comes to this? Like, why are you approaching this in such a abrasive way? I don't know. Sometimes a little abrasiveness is fine, when you have to sand something down. But eventually you go to, a different grit. Polish it up or something. This is a bad analogy. But still, it's like, I don't know. It's annoying. I mean, I haven't looked, but I don't think there are people making a living out of their stroking range by making daily anti-Boruto videos. No, there isn't. They'll make one every once in a while, and I'll have a rant about it every once in a while when I read something dumb. And the manga doesn't... I only read the manga again. I don't feel like watching the anime. If I watched the anime, maybe I'd be more angry. But it's like, the manga, it's fine. I'm just mad because I only looked into it because, the anime has Kakashi in it, and he does not pop up in the manga at all. So I'm like, okay, thank you for that. It's just a little bit annoying. But it's like, I know for my own fucking mental health, I cannot probably sit down and watch the anime. And it's like, every time I've tried, it's like, I just don't care. It just also makes it hard when you've only read the manga and you want to see kind of what's going on in the manga, that they don't get to it until episode 50. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry. I don't care. All I care about is when they start destroying things, if one person in the series that I care about is fine. That is literally the only reason why I'm in the metaphorical room. There is such a weird reactionary culture behind being anti-sequel trilogy. It was weird to see. I mean, with regards to taking the lessons of Yoda to heart, we're talking about people who think Star Wars is too political for being anti... Yeah. that one I don't even know how to approach it. Yeah. Sorry, I don't really like talking politics on stream, especially when it's just art stream. I get it, there's like a certain point, but yeah, let's talk about other things if we could. See, it's kind of a rule there for a reason. That's just territory I do not really want to get into right now. But all I'm getting at is I don't understand why all these Star Wars critique videos have to be so abrasive. It's tiring to watch after a while. I get it, it might feel cathartic when they're saying it, when they write it down, when they script it. But it's like they do the same thing every video, it seems, to complain about one minute piece of detail, or piece of information or detail that just came out. And then they somehow stretch it out to 20 minutes. I'm like, how do you get 20 minutes of fucking content out of this one tiny bit of information? And they do it actually by regurgitating everything that they've already said. So you get 2 minutes of new information, and then 18 minutes of stuff they've probably already said in previous videos. So if you're subscribed to them, you're getting it every single fucking video. And it's annoying. They're like, oh, X studio is doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, what do you call every single video you kind of put out on the subject? The same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and I'm tired of hearing it. So, if it's not even really interesting. Nowadays, it's all like, oh, Daisy Ridley and John Boyega don't like how they're... Okay, fine, whatever. But, you know, movies are done. Can't fix them. Really, not really. So, oh well, that sucks. Moving on to something else. I don't know what. The only politics I want to talk about is how Naruto is disappointing and ineffective Hokage. And my only essay is ranting about how Sasuke and Sakura's relationship is garbage, but we've already heard that one a few times on stream, and I don't have the energy to go through it right now. It's not good. It's not good. Terribly done. End of story. The one thing I'm the most annoyed about when it comes to Naruto being Hokage is you think that he would try and pay his... Yes, he's in the village, but you think he would pay his fucking children a bit more attention, considering his dad, Kage, died. Sure, it was for him, more or less, but his dad, Kage, had to go and fucking die, and then he had no attention. So when Boruto's throwing a fit, maybe Naruto should understand that teeny tiny bit. Teeny tiny bit. I get it, he had no really good parental figures around until later, but still, you think he would be like, huh, my son is acting out. Why is that? Well, Naruto, why did you act out? 'Cause you wanted attention, you dipshit. They cover this literally in episode 1. Iruka tells you, hey, I get why you act out, Naruto. You want attention. I did the same thing. But apparently, the thing that meant something then doesn't mean anything when you're older. Whatever. Throw that out the window. I'm sad about how Naruto went from ninjas to Dragon Ball, but less interesting. Yeah, pretty much. Again, revisiting the whole ending, or the later half of the season, basically the war to brush up for stuff on Boruto, just something broke. again, there's another thing broken in my mind because of it. It's like, what did you guys do? You let this happen. I get it. You read everywhere. It's like Kishimoto was rushed by his editors and whatever to finish stuff up. Which, that sucks. But it's still... It's annoying that they rushed him. If they were just going to have them do Boruto anyway. Granted, he's not working on it because he started working on the other series that died prematurely. But it's like, why didn't you just give him the time he needed? To, like, actually finish it up properly. Especially if you're going to just do sequel series anyway. I don't understand. Must suck. It really does. Must suck when you want to write a story and you get rushed to finish it. Coming from someone who wanted to write a story and then just fell off the face of the planet because of writer's block. So it's like, I get why editors are there. You need someone to keep you in line, keep you on track, but also sucks when they have to put their foot down for whatever reason. Forte, to be a good dad, you just have to show up in your kids' lives like once or twice. It's easy. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if you really want to get into my entire dad complex, alright? LMAO, Naruto is genuinely a bad person because Dad Kage sacrificed himself for the village out of no other choice. Naruto's dad actively chooses work over his son. Boruto's dad. That is very true. That is very true. I get he has a lot of responsibility, but I'm pretty sure in their age of relative peace that people would understand if the Hokage took a day off to do shit with his children that I'm sure they know he has. This isn't like wartime era Hokage where, you know, if you take a day off, someone's gonna blow the village up if you blink. Different. Sure, I don't know the extent of everything Naruto does as Hokage, but I'm pretty sure he's riding off of whatever relations or things Kakashi probably set up while Naruto was off learning how to be a good Hokage. Remember? That's why he didn't just jump to it. And they just probably really wanted Naruto to be the 7th. They're like, hey, Kakashi, stand right here while Naruto gets ready. Because he's not. Power-wise, sure. But everything else kinda needs some work. Okay, Forte, you have to choose 2 of Naruto's peers to be your mom and dad. Please explain why anyone would make a choice other than Shikamaru and Tamari. I don't know. Tamari seems to be a pretty... She clearly has things, you know, settled at her household. I'm not saying they're that bad, I guess, but I don't know if I want to live under that pressure. Of course, I guess someone has to put the 2 guys in line, considering how lazy both Shikamaru and Shikamaru 2 are. I mean, Shikadai are. Shikadai is just Shikamaru 2. They just did Shikamaru again when Shikamaru is still already there. These are the same people that treated Naruto like shit as a kid, despite the fact that Naruto's dad did a thing in the real world, would honor his bloodline for generations, and make Naruto respect a person simply by being related. Plus, the dad's friend said, I will take care of him. Yeah, the 3rd Hokage's like, I'll watch him. The 3rd Hokage, though, didn't he say the same thing? He made, like, a deal with Itachi. He's like, yeah, I'll make sure Sasuke's okay. I'll check in on him once a week. Leave him some food. He'll be fine. Like, god damn it. Ah, there's so many things. Like, they tried to retcon things later on to make it seem better, but it just made it worse. Oh yeah, the village isn't a complete scumbag. Naruto should totally love the village more than he already does. The village is great. Everyone actually loves him, and he had plenty of friends growing up. Why was he so upset? I don't know. You tell me. Series, you're the one that set it up. They set up bowling pins made out of fucking cotton balls and it blew away in the wind before the ball got there, alright? You know it'd be a fun mom that lets you drink at home because it's safe there. Hey, 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 the third Hokage dropped off Naruto's allowance every week. You didn't miss. Okay, yeah. My other favorite one is that Sasuke's mom and Naruto's mom were friends according to filler episodes. Apparently they weren't good enough friends for Sasuke's mom to be like, huh, my best friend, my best lady friend and her husband just died and they had a kid. Not my problem. Just gonna... Doesn't exist. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. You know, filler episodes just stop doing... Yeah, they probably should. Most of the stuff that I find out about that starts to give me minor hernias are filler episode information. I'm like, I need you to stop. I need you to stop right now. This is why I didn't watch the anime, because if I did, I probably would have broke a lot sooner. Something else would have broke. Something really bad. The fake nomics. No, we can besmirch DBZ filler. We can besmirch DB S filler. You know, like how the first 2 seasons are just the last 2 movies retold. It's unnecessary and stupid. Sorry. Goku and Piccolo have driver's licenses and nothing will change that. I mean, that's fine. We already know how I feel about Naruto filler, though. I don't like it, considering I had to sit through the episodes at the end of the first series, and they don't add anything. No. No. And see, that's why when, Shippuden started doing, fillers, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm gonna go read the manga. I'm not watching these. I already did this. Not today. Not today. I had to put my foot down right there and then, because if not, I was gonna lose my goddamn mind. Fake Namek and their Junior Saga was bad filler. Honestly, filler is why I absolutely love Dragon Ball over DBZ and DBS. Weird that they made an entire show out of filler. GG. Also, Fortune, did something break in you, like something snapped in Jonathan? How do you mean? I feel like there's some kind of joke here that I'm not getting. You've put my mind onto Naruto stuff, and that means I'm already accessing parts of my mind that are broken, so so things are not functioning as they should in my head. Forte, do you know much about Parasite Eve? I have the games for it. I've seen a Let's Play for it. Concept's pretty cool, but I know about it? Jonathan mentioned something in Unbroken in his final fight with Dio on the boat, which is like his neck or spine or something. No, I didn't have anything physical break. It's just mentally I'm broken. And that thing gets broken every time I go into the Naruto wiki, and I just end up going on the timeline and reading something dumb, because a lot of it is dumb and the timeline doesn't know what the fuck it's doing with itself most of the time. Do you know about Third Birthday and the disappointment behind it? I have Third Birthday, but I don't know about the disappointment behind it. I'll be honest, I picked up the games because I really liked the one Let's Play I watched for it, but I can't really watch that Let's Play anymore. gotta fix the hair at the beginning still, and I gotta fix that hand. I might have to split up 2 of these frames to accommodate for a bit more hang time. It's gonna probably drive me crazy. It might be... It's probably fine if I leave it, but this is me we're talking about, and I'm not fine with it. Oh, wow. Do you like how that hair just moves? Yeah, okay. That's distracting. Okay, we're just going to undo all of that then until I find the frame I need it to stay on. Where did I start moving? I don't know. About here. I'm pretty sure that was already drawn. Hey, Dr. Moth, how's it going? The correct answer was yes. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, basically people were really disappointed in the characterization of the female lead, and someone in a thread pointed out, oh wow, the game came out the same year as the other end, so just a bad year for dudes rating women. Oh, I see. I might have seen something about that in passing. Didn't they also kind of like ruin the one character, the one doctor character that was kind of prominent in the first game? What was it? Was it Macedo? What was his name? I don't remember fucking what his name was. I can't do names right now. We started fucking talking about goddamn Naruto and my brain breaks under the stress of Naruto. Maeda is who I meant. It wasn't even close. Oh, he's not even in the second game. Okay, that's cool. I like how he looks like he's basically like Hojo's cousin in his official artwork. Ow, my back. See, I didn't play the other M. Again, I own it. I own trash games just because they're in a series that I like. Though I've only actually ever played Metroid Prime and only a bit of Metroid Prime. But I understand why people don't like the other M. You know what? I'm not gonna erase those right now. I'm just gonna see if I can keep these where I want them to be. Well, okay, that background one doesn't even help me. I would like to see a pirate Goku. Oh no, I get it. I get it. That he did artwork for both of them. It's just when you look at it. Like, okay. It's a nicer looking Hojo. Just a nicer looking Hojo, if there's such a thing. I'm sorry, do they have like the same like facial shape? I don't know. They give off similar vibes, if you ask me. In terms of design. I mean, fine, whatever. I don't know if it's just because they're doing, you know, Japanese-esque scientist character. Do you have any favorite video game artists or concept artists? I absolutely love the guy who does all the stylistic art for MGS. I mean, I like Nomura art. I guess Sugimori art when it comes to Pokemon. Though, I think when it comes to, like... When it comes to Sugimori art, I think I like the earlier stuff better. Did he do the stuff? Yeah. Like, the style for, like, the original games is just very iconic to me. And it's like, his current style isn't bad. I do really like it, but I liked how things were colored back in Red and Blue. Yeah, the watercolor look. Okay, I got a question for you guys. If we have 4 arms, why do we have 4 arms if we only have 2 hands? Magic. I'm sorry, what about Parasite Eve and JoJo? I'm confused. What? It's probably going to get people to... See, I unfortunately, now when it comes to Final Fantasy stuff, I like the Nomura stuff, but I'm actually not a big fan. I see why people like it, but I'm not a big fan of, who is it? What, Amano? I think it's Amano. Like, I see why people like that style, and it is very pretty, but I'm not the biggest fan of it myself. Especially, like, I think some of the later, like, the earlier stuff that is. Like, it's I'm in one of those weird spots, because as soon as I say I don't like it, people are like, oh, why do you hate it? It's great! It's like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, personally, I don't aesthetically like it. It's done very well. But it's like some of the earlier stuff, I don't know, it comes off as not, I want to say messy, too busy. Something about it just doesn't sit super well with me, and I know that's weird considering he does a lot of the character design work for the game. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. It's just, I guess I like the cleaner, more modern look of the Nomura art when it comes to Final Fantasy. If that makes sense. Hojo back to back. All the Hojo's Nomura draws are linked by a Destiny. Oh, I see. No, we're not doing this, guys. I don't know, I guess I can't say too much when it comes to, like, having specific artists when it comes to character designs in video games that I necessarily like, surprisingly. There's art styles that I like, but, I guess it's, I'm bad with names. Well, kinda in the same vein as the MGS art, I really love whoever draws the title art for the... See, I don't... Like, I'm in a weird position, I guess. It's not that I hate it. It's just, it's not really my thing. Like, the MGS art, I'm more okay with, surprisingly. Again, it's not that it's not well done. It's like ink and watercolor. Let's see. Creative toolkit. Paper, pencil, eraser, brush pen, correction pen, and Photoshop. Well, that does it. You draw all the designs on paper with a pencil or brush pen, scan the designs, and make adjustments in Photoshop. That's fair. Sorry, I found an interview. Yoji Shinkawa is the Metal Gear Solid artist. Here, have this interview with him. bought that huge ass double hardcover collection of MGS art, and man, see, I wanted to get that, I just couldn't at the time. And I'm behind by one of the Final Fantasy art books. It's not that I don't like going through that stuff or looking at it. I mean, if I could afford all the art books in the world, I fucking would. I love art books. I still need to get the art books for Splatoon 1 and 2, because I love Splatoon. God damn it, it moved again. How do I keep doing this? How hard is it to trace over a fucking line? Apparently very hard. Okay. Want this one. I think I pressed back to undo too far in something. Oh, that one hand. Do you see it turn? Oh no. That's not good. Ow, it shifts everywhere. Aha! I guess it doesn't technically matter. These are roughs. I'm going to have to redraw it at some point anyway, so worrying about it right now is pointless. But I'm worried about it. Damn it. Yes, Forte, that's how... Yes, that's how it works, but when it's static, it shouldn't shift that fucking much, okay? It shouldn't shift that much. I should be able to trace over the previous fucking frame without things getting so out of fucking whack. I mean, yes, the whole thing's moving, but that one hand literally shrinks. Oh. I do this to myself. I chose this. I chose this. Oh. Why is it so warm in here? I'm dying. I'm not. I'm just warm and I'm annoyed. You could rationalize it like that. Oh my fucking god. You are so right. Oh, he's glaring at me. The other side of the room. In all fairness, he has dry food. It's just at 7, he also gets a scoop of wet food, and that's why he's mad. I'll be right back. Let me go feed the cat. We're back. Okay, I'm back. Cat has been fully fed. It's fine now. It's fine. My glasses are actually pretty dirty again. And again, you could rationalize it like that, but that's not what's supposed to be going on, I guess. And it's just shrinking, and it doesn't look good, and it's going to bother the shit out of me. Just like the hair. It changes shape, really. And again, I'm only being so fucking picky about how well the roughs are because I'm trying to learn a lesson from the last time from my senior film where I wasn't as picky. So when it came to cleanup, it made life harder because the roughs were all over the fucking place, and it's just I'm trying to just be, I don't know, thorough. Oh, fuck. Where'd it go? Is that your cat? No, I have his back. I told him. I told him that someone was looking out for him. Thank you for reminding me. Both him and I appreciate it. I don't like it when things shift that much, though. They shouldn't. They shouldn't shift as much as they are. What's going on with my nose pads? They're just filthy is what they are. Not good enough. I'll have to clean them better later. That's better. But no, that's not good. That's distracting. Oh, it's so distracting. It completely turns.
The light is running low, and the shadows start to grow, and the places
It's right
that you
there.
know
Yep, okay.
seem
Well,
like
that's getting
land
redone.
to see. There's a
Oops.
light inside your soul
Is there
that's
not a...
still shining in the
Uh-oh.
cold with the truth. The
Uh-oh, I pressed the
promise
button.
in our
I don't know what that button did that I pressed.
heart.
It should be fine.
Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark.
Not really an art book, but if you have a chance to pick up the game console. I can't say I've actually heard of that one. No, I shouldn't have been confused what this was. For some reason, I was like, why the fuck is there a song from Kingdom Hearts on here? I was hearing Kingdom Hearts. But see, I hear the song every time I turn on my fucking PlayStation because I have an Undertale theme on it that plays this song. So I should fucking recognize the song. My brain's still broken. No, cat does not get more wet food. Cat gets 1 scoop of wet food. He knows this. 1 scoop of wet food at meal times with his powder, his lysine powder or whatever the fuck it is. That's actually the only reason why he gets wet food is because it sticks to the powder sticks to it better. If not, he would only probably be getting dry food. Plus a little extra for being late, Mom. No. To be honest, I was a little late giving it to him this morning. It's kind of one of those as long as he gets it kind of dealies. I am afraid. I thought that didn't go to where I needed it to go. I guess we'll just do this. This'll probably be good. Maybe. I don't know what to put on. Well, to be honest, I'm not going to be doing this for too much longer. Tonight's art stream is going to be shorter. Like I said. Really, it shifts a lot. Oh, it shifts so much. Right, like right here, you couldn't even tell that I knew how to draw hands, like at all. What is this? This hand isn't bad, but... I need to not worry too much about it if you want to get things done. No, I'm only going for like another 10 minutes or so. I told myself I'd stop around 8 tonight. I know we normally go till 10, but like I said, I need to keep it short this evening. Which is why I wanted to get this done, but I'm being a picky Nikki, and I'm not getting as much done as I want to. We're also distracted. Well, a little, but I'm also entertaining it, and I distract myself anyway. Again, I don't get as much as I should have done because I distract myself way too much. The other day, I was supposed to be doing work or something, and I bought a used USB keyboard for my other computer because the other one I have is old. And then I decided, hey, I'm just going to take the keys off of it and clean it. So, you know, I don't need to be doing that right now, but I started cleaning keys on my keyboard. See, here's a bowl full of clean keys that need to be popped back on eventually. Why? Because I don't know. Seems like a good idea at the time. Wasn't really. I don't know. I have like some minor form of ADD or something. I get distracted by myself very easily, so don't feel too bad about distracting me. Really, I'm surprised we get anything done most art streams. I mean, we do an awful lot of sidebars. Anyway. Yeah, executive dysfunction at its finest. That is me. It's still shrinking. It's shrinking. I see you shrinking. You need to stop shrinking. Please stop shrinking. I'm gonna go outside even, so to counterbalance it. I don't fucking know. Oh, that was shorter than I thought it would be. I didn't get a playlist. Um, I don't even need that much stuff to do. Oh, let's do this. What's this? I try not to let things distract me, but it's just very hard at times. So really, it's not even your guys' fault. Even if I was just sitting here doing this by myself, I'd be distracted by like 13 other things. I didn't do holidays today. Look, here, kick it in again. Let's see. Today is the 27th. It is World Tourism Day. So, hooray. Even though we can't really go anywhere. At least outside of the country, so, oops. Let's see. It's also, Crush a Can Day. So if you're feeling angry and you have a can, go crush it, I suppose. Crush them cans. Or go recycle them. I don't know if that counts. That's what the internet says, though. And you know, the internet's right about everything. All the time. After that, I want my deposit back. Yeah, but if you turn it in for a deposit, it's getting crushed technically. Technically. Maybe it's not that bad. The hand. I mean, the one disappearing is bad. That'll be fixed eventually here, but the other one. It's fine. I'm not gonna fiddle with it. I want to. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Move. Do the other thing. When I grew up in Indiana, we had this neat little lever thing that would crush cans and then spit them out. Oh, that's fun. So who messed up and got her ire? Okay. Sidebar? I can send the link if you want. So, oh wait, it's not even on here. Wait a minute. Let me go get it. There is a full version of this that I turned in, and it's vastly in completed form. Once I remember the fuck it is. Where did I post it? Where's a good place for me to go find it? Where I posted it. I guess if you don't know, because it's been a while since I talked about it, these shots were done up back in May for a film competition where you were tasked with making at least, I think, a 4-minute film in 4 days. And I was like, oh yeah, I can do that by myself. That's a good idea. My sister helped with like some sound editing at the end of the day, and I obviously asked other people to do voice acting because I didn't want to do it. Needless to say, it didn't get done at all. Like, it's stuck in rough animation. So I will drop it in there. Again, character here was sneaking in to steal secrets I suppose. And that's why she's mad, because character gets caught. Not a very good spy. Got caught. So, you know, didn't get done. And my goal right now is to get the rough animation done for it, so it's not just rough animatic with a shot or two here thrown in. That's that's just see, you can't do stuff like I wanted to do in 4 days by yourself. You can dream, but it doesn't work by yourself. So there's some shots that have roughs in them. There's others where it's literally just this. This is what I turned in. Obviously didn't get anywhere with it because it wasn't at all near close to being finished. So, you know, so yeah, I just want to get the rough animations done is the plan. Here, you guys can have this link so you can watch the whole thing in full. Okay, I guess it had to be 3 minutes. I don't remember. Animation is hard and people should you should you should see. And unfortunately, I'm probably never going to do the competition ever again, because 4 days is not enough time to make something. You can make something done, finished, decent, but the level I require from myself when it comes to animation cannot be done really in 4 days by one person. Granted, that's my fault. I was like, I'll be fine. Bad idea. Don't be me. Don't do what I did. Don't do it. You can if you want to. I'm not recommending it, if anything, right? Not recommending it. The unfortunate thing for me, anyway, is that a lot of the finished things for the competition, first off, they had groups. Good for them. Second off, they used kind of styles similar to like Family Guy or was it Big Head or whatever on Netflix? You know, styles similar to that, where you have pre-made character models pretty much, and you kind of puppet them. It's kind of like old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. You know, Big Mouth, that's what it was. So and it's like there's nothing particularly wrong with those styles, especially for like if they're on TV. You are making them to get churned out really fast and cheap. I get it. But when I make something, I'm not necessarily aiming for TV animation level. Yes, I don't like that. They are very stiff. My sister's group, they did actually enter, and I actually offered them my help, and they said no, which is one reason why I went in solo. I was a little bit angry that they didn't want my help. I have an expensive piece of paper saying I vaguely know what I'm talking about, and they just didn't want to listen to it. And I was kind of upset as like, oh, a bunch of live action people are going to come in here and do what I do and make it seem easy, and then it kind of made me feel a little useless, because they did get something finished. But they use basically like Illustrator plugin models from what I could tell. I haven't actually seen their film all the way. Mainly out of pride. My own self-pride. Because I don't. My sister keeps asking me what I think of it, and I feel so bad because I haven't actually watched it. And I don't know. It hurts me a little because they did come in and get something done in the 4 days, but it's not done in a way that I would do it. I get it. You need to kind of cut corners and things like that to get something done. And personally, I just don't agree with that, because this is my chosen, I guess, profession. I view animation as an art form because it is. And when it's all just getting homogenized down to the same kind of pre-made assets that are cookie cutter, that are used, I'm not saying the stuff for TV is bad. I mean, I guess in a way like Rick and Morty uses that even. It works for certain series, right? But I expect more out of my animated projects if I'm working on them. I guess. I have stupidly high standards. Obviously. That's why it's like, I'm gonna do it all traditional and not use pre-made puppets or whatever. So it's like, Rick and Morty has a unique enough style, and it's like, I like Rick and Morty, and I like how it's animated. It's like, that's why I like Super Jail and even like China, Illinois to an extent. It's like, they do use like pre-made assets or whatever. Well, Super Jail I'm pretty sure is done frame by frame. Super Jail is very animated and very fluid. They don't stay on model a lot, but they have really good motion in that show. Whereas China, Illinois, I'm pretty sure those are puppeted, but they still have moments where I like how fluid the animation gets. And even though it's it's a really out there show, I kind of enjoy it. Plus, when they talk with their hands, it isn't an entire arm raised with palm. Yeah. Super Jail is one of my friend's favorite cartoons they made. Super Jail was great. I really like Super Jail. It's just, yeah, I'm obviously just very picky. I'm not saying I understand why they do what they do for TV. Makes me a little bit sad. Remember, all those Disney TV cartoons that were actually animated? The old 2D ones? Your Bonkers and your Darkwing Ducks and your Buzz Lightyear of Star Commands, Granted, they have obvious quality drops because they're done for TV. That's fine, but they're still I don't know. It's like, I'm not trying to be weird 2D elitist or whatever. I don't like the competition because you're forcing people to make compromises on things for a time limit when I get it. I do, but I can't. Again, what I'm doing here, me getting frustrated, it's part of it. I choose to do it this way because I like doing it this way. I like how it looks when it's finished. Not that I finish much stuff, but forcing quantity at the cost of quality. Yes. And yes, I have seen the anatomy for Fall Guys. I don't like it. It creeps me out. But that's the thing, is that they want people to churn out something that should have more time taken into it if you want to make something good. Because usually stuff from, like, let's say even though the regular 48-hour film festival has this problem where everything is safe, it's easy, it's predictable, in my opinion. I'm not saying hard work is not put into it, but it's nothing like super breakthrough or super interesting. They can't do a lot artistically with it in 48 hours. And it's a shame, because these things do get shipped off to film festivals, especially if they do really well. And some of them are done better than others. It depends on the resources you have, of course. But it's like, that means that you're kind of filling, granted they're small short films, but you're still filling like the festival scene with these basic, average milquetoast films. It's like, sure, not everything has to be weird, out of the world, David Lynchian art films or anything like that, right? But it's like they kind of lack vision because they're not given time to have a more defined vision or anything. They have to decide right there and then, and it's like, I understand why they do that. It helps you work fast and quick and make decisions fast and quick, but that also means that nothing gets to simmer, to settle, to actually be fleshed out. And like I said, for me, when it comes to even small projects, I know I shouldn't, but it's like I inflate them too much. I like to flesh everything out. I like the details. I like the planning. Even though I should do more planning, technically. And it's just... That's why I don't like the 48-hour contest, especially not for animation. It's like, you're just making it worse. You're not letting people put the time or effort that this art form actually deserves. And like I said, I don't want to be 2D elitist, but it's like, that's why I'm not saying 3D animation is not good or does not look good or people don't work hard at it. They do. But it's cheaper for a reason. It's easier because you can hire more people to do it because they don't have to draw every frame. If you can move a 3D model and lock in a keyframe, yes, there's a little bit of artistry when it comes to timing and knowing how things should look, but there's also, it takes a little bit out of it for me. This could just be me talking because I'm not good at 3D animating myself. Thinking in a 3D plane while looking at a 2D screen hurts my head at times, and I haven't done it in a while. So I'm not necessarily good at it. Sure, it could be just me being better that I'm not good at it. See, I used to want to work at Pixar, and then I discovered I'm not really good at 3D animation. I'm like, uh-oh, guess that's not happening. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's some weird subconscious thing. But still, it's like... I don't know. 2D stuff you actually have to put in work? I don't know. It's a weird thing to get hung up on. It is. But I just don't like that it just boils everything down to like everything. There was one thing that was kind of artistically different out of the ones that actually placed. They only picked like 8 films to show like during the award ceremony that placed, and only one of them seemed even visually interesting. All the others was like the same thing. The same feeling to it. There wasn't a lot of... It lacked heart or something to be cliche. So many of the accolades in awards animation gets seems to be with regards to pushing boundaries, writing wise, not visual wise. Film has all these technical awards, but it doesn't seem like animation gets the same. It doesn't. When it comes... This is kind of like one of those things that you hear, but when it comes to like the Oscars, I don't generally like the Oscars because the Best Animated Feature Award was added later on. Because from what I heard, they did it because live action people didn't like the fact that a animated film could win Best Picture over the hours of work put into a live action film. I think like there was upset when Beauty and the Beast won. I'm not entirely sure. It's not like I've actually looked into the full history of it. Everything I say here might be just conjecture, so take it with a grain of salt. I've said this before when I've talked about it. But it's like they just delegate animation to technically 2 categories. You have Best Animated Picture and then Best Animated Short. And then you never really see them nominated outside of that. Maybe Best Original Song, but outside of that, it's based on its whole, not its parts. ever. Like most live action films, like you said, they have other categories where it's based on its parts, not just the whole. Yes, the whole is important, but you know, they at least get recognition for their separate parts. That's why we have, what's it, the Annie Awards? Why am I forgetting what they're called? I'm forgetting what everything is called. Today. So yeah, the Annie Awards basically are like the animated versions of the Oscars. Where they actually, I'm pretty sure, have separate categories for everything like the Oscars do for live action. So yeah, animation in general is usually looked down upon. It's like, oh, they're just drawing cartoons. One of those things. It's like, and I've had rants plenty of times about how I feel about the Oscars, especially with how they treat certain things. It's like one year, it was when Song of the Sea was nominated by the same studio that did Secret to Kells. And if you haven't seen either of those, I would recommend it. They're both lovely movies with really good shape work with their character designs. But like Secret of Kells was nominated, and like there was interviews with people that the judges. You see this like every year about how the judges don't watch any of the animated nominees. They'll see maybe the big Disney ones and the Pixar ones, maybe the DreamWorks ones because their kids or family want to see it, and that's it. Anything else they kind of throw to the wayside. And with Song of the Sea, like there was like an interview or something where someone's like, oh, I didn't watch Song of the Sea, that Asian animated crap. Song of the Sea isn't even made in like Japan or Korea or anything like that. It was made by like an Irish or Scottish studio. It's European, if anything. And it's like they just went and made like an assumption on where it's from based off how it looked. And of course didn't give it the time of day because it's some silly kids cartoon. Because it's animated or something. Which is just one of those things that you get a lot of. It's like, oh, it's a cartoon. It can't be, you know, it can't have any kind of serious story or serious message or be good. Because it's for children. Because it's a cartoon. They had best animated feature because Shrek would have swept that year if they hadn't. Trying to find the Kirby with the Fall Guys skeleton. Sounds like the live action studios are the ones that fit. Yeah, it's really annoying, really, that it's a thing. Again, I love animation. Anything animation wise, I like a lot. If I can animate with it, I will try and probably learn it, which is why I'm bummed I'm not good at, like, 3D animation. I haven't had a lot of experience with stop motion, but it's not like I don't appreciate the time and effort put into that. That's another thing that pisses me off when people are like, oh, stop motion is just, you know, playing with dolls and puppets. I'm like, fuck you. Don't even, no. You stop right there. I will fight people. Brian. Yeah, we're working on shots for this. Unfortunately, we're going to be ending here soon. I said 8 o'clock. We'll go to 8:30 because I got into a fucking rant and stopped actually working. I don't know. It's just... I obviously have my standards when it comes to animated anything. It's like, and I don't mean to gatekeep or anything. It's just, I have a bit of passion for the thing that I like and do. Something's moving again. It's fine. It's just the arm. I'm not going to worry too much about it because we've already redone it so many times. Well, okay, this is the second time, but still. Live action is just people filming the water sessions. Well, it's not like I won't say that there isn't, you know, hard work and shit put into live action. There is, but they just get this thing about them. It's like, oh, we made a movie. We're so big and fancy and cool. Like, you get this even at the small film festivals. Cause it's like, I'll go with my sister sometimes. Okay, I went this one time to the award session because I actually helped. That was when I helped with that costume, like, last fall, right? And it's like, they during the awards things, like, I get it, they're proud, they made a movie, people watched it, they can win stuff, but it's like, it's really small. I mean, good for them, they have, like, confidence in what they do, but it's like, they'll get up there when they win, like, a small award, and they make, like, Oscar-level speeches. I don't know, that, good for them, I guess, acting like what they made is the best thing on the planet, I suppose. I mean, I lack confidence in most things. So maybe I just don't get it. But I don't know. That again, and that's why I was mad when my sister's film group was like, oh, well, what you probably want to do is going to be too hard for us, and we're just going to do our own thing. And then they didn't want my help. And it's like, but I have a degree in it. I have a literal degree in it. And I know that's an argument to, like, authority. Shit like that. All your fun logical fallacies in that argument. But it's like, I have books and a piece of paper that says I know kind of what I'm talking about, and okay, just gonna come in here onto my turf, and it shrank again. It shrank again. I'm not fixing it. It's fine. It shrank again, but I'm not fixing it. But it just drives me crazy. It's just for kids. It's so easy. It won't take you that long to do, will it? I honestly hate it. I don't like being looked down like that. Nope, I lied. I'm fixing it. I don't like being looked down on the thing that I like to do by people who do something completely different or something. I don't know. I don't know. Just, it's infuriating when the thing you do doesn't get taken seriously. It's like, I'm not saying animation is the end-all, be-all thing, but when people treat it the way that they do, it makes me angry. It's like, no. It's not just an easy thing where you can make up a bunch of puppets in a week and press a button and say, oh look, it's super easy. Why do you say this isn't easy? It's like, because if you want to make something that's artistically good or interesting or even visually interesting, I guess that's the same as artistically, then it needs some time and effort put into it. You can't just... Again, and I'm not saying that they didn't put time and effort into it, but like the end product, it just boiled down to something that I don't want to look at. I don't want to watch. It's not interesting for me. And again, because it was made in such a quick time frame, the writing for it's probably not much interesting, like not much better either. When I did this, I was trying to focus mainly on like visuals. I didn't want to do too much dialogue, but it was kind of necessary. And my sister's like, well, why don't you have this thing? It was like an exposition line. There's a shot like early on that denotes who this character is and what her standing is. It's one of those things that you would see in the foreground at the beginning. She's like, well, why don't you have a line that introduces her? It's like, because technically the character talking to her would already know this. I'm not putting in a line for the audience if they can't be bothered to watch the visual thing in their face that shows them the thing that they could probably want to know. I mean, okay, maybe that's kind of a dickish move on my part, but I don't know, I also expect my audience to be using their fucking eyeballs if they're watching an animated anything. I shouldn't have to tell them everything that's going on. I don't know, that's just me being annoyed when things just turn into fucking exposition dumps. Oh, see? Now I overcompensated too much. Now it's growing. Why? I shouldn't care. It shouldn't be a thing. I shouldn't have to. It's because I'm getting angry or something. I'm not paying attention. I went a little bit bigger to like compensate, and then it just went in the opposite direction. That's what happened. Shrinking. Okay. This isn't the same because I'm not creating it, but as a fan of it, it upsets me. I had a friend that just absolutely refused to watch anime. A complete refusal no matter what. Thought it was all perverted and bad. I confronted him saying, oh, that's honestly a little racist, dude. And he got super pissed at me. It wasn't worth the effort. I just... Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't go and just judge things based off, you know, one or two things like that. You should give it some, you know, a chance. I get that. I'm not against that. I'm just saying when it comes to these 4-day things, it's like again, I shouldn't assume that they're not written well or whatever. But the other, I don't know. There's still some like visual. See, I was just telling someone about this the other day. It's like my cousin had me watch Yu Yu Hakusho, and I had been putting off watching Yu Yu Hakusho for the longest time because I didn't actually care for the style I kept seeing in like Shonen Jumps, like in passing. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like it, right? And I watched it, and I actually really did like it. It's like, yeah, I get it. You shouldn't just judge it based off visuals. But it's just the principle of the whole thing. I'm not saying you can't make something good in 4 days. I'm really not. It's just, I guess this statistically, it probably won't happen. And yeah, I shouldn't just be passing judgment solely on that. You're right. But, I don't know. I don't know. All I'm getting at, though, is that I don't like how it forces you to cut corners. And yeah, sometimes that's fine. And yes, I knew that going in, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong here. I'm being dumb about it or something. It's just, this is an art form that I really enjoy, and I want it to be treated as such. And when they're just making people crank out the same looking homogenized stuff, it bothers me. And it's not like certain things can't be interesting. It's like that, okay, see, that kind of maybe boils down to how I feel about 3D animation. But it's like, it's not like you can't do anything visually interesting with 3D animation. It's like, look at Into the Spider-Verse. It's like, I love everything about that movie. I don't know. And I go off about this a lot. And maybe I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't mean to be elitist or gatekeeping or anything. I don't. I probably am. I just wish more time and care were put into things like this. Because I care. But maybe that's wrong. Hopefully this hand works out because this is the last thing I'm going to do. If not, then I'm just going to leave it. And it'll be fine because I guess it doesn't really matter in the end. It is actually shifting over to the right a little bit. So that's distracting, but consistently, or size-wise, it looks a bit more consistent. So that's a plus. I'm gonna count that as a plus. I mean, the competition itself was just supposed to be for fun, and it was the first time they tried something like that. So it's like I shouldn't be super hard on it either. It's not like it's... obviously, if you're entering it, you're not going to be trying to make some kind of art film anyway. But, I don't know. It's wiggling around there, but everything is. It's fine. Maybe I can get that piece of hair to cooperate before we stop. Anyway, I'm sorry. Enough of art rants that I probably don't have any business in talking about, I suppose. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I do when it comes to it, as long as people... The end product is what matters, and if people like the end product, that's it. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. One more song. Can I have one that's not just another Megalovania remix? No, that's all I'm gonna get, is it? How about this one? Still Megalovania, but it'd take me more time to go search for something. It's more or less staying in place. It's kind of shrinking, growing again, but that's gonna happen. I just need to accept that right now, or this is never going to get done. Ah, good enough. I can live with that. Hair is still technically shrinking, which is driving me a little batty. But I'm just going to have to deal with that right now, and that one hand's just going to have to stay how it is. If not, I'm just going to be tinkering with it for the rest of my life, meaning nothing's going to get done. Otherwise, anyway. Okay. Get rid of that layer.
You there! What are you doing? You there! What are you doing? You there! What are you doing?
One hand's still too fast. It's gonna bother me. Again, it needs another frame in between these two, I think. It's not terrible, but it's bothering me. It's bothering me. I don't know if I really want to mess with it though. Copy here. I saved right before I did this, so maybe this will be okay. Oh no, that should be fine. Should be fine. We'll see how it looks. If not, I did save, but I'm not sure. It's really small. Same song? Oh no, it's like the outro card or something. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if that fixes it. If not, that's gonna be it either way. See, now it actually feels too slow. Is there some kind of like lag if I have the sound playing or something?
You there! What are you doing?
I don't like it.
You there! What are you doing?
I think I liked it better when it was faster.
You there! What are you doing?
I can't win. I can't win at all. Okay. Just there. So. Oh, this file's back. Oh no. Did I go back too far? No, I don't think I did. Okay, delete this, then you go away. Try, I'm just gonna watch it back.
You there! What are you doing?
It's fine. I think I've looked at it so much I've just made peace with it. It's fine. Okay. Well. What am I doing? Throwing my plants? Throwing plants? Are you? Totally. All the time. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. What shot is this? What shot is this? 31A. 31A. So it doesn't have a file. Yes, it does. It's right there. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, no, that was not right. Does that? I don't want the anime or the sound on it because I'll be adding that later. Yeah. I don't see the sound on here. I hope there's no sound. It doesn't matter. I'll change it later if there is. Anywho. anywho, that's gonna be it for now. Oh, I don't have anything to like to play out on. Whatever. It doesn't really matter, I guess, too much. Anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight. Like I said, it's gonna be a shorter art stream because I got some work I need to go catch up on. And I'm getting hungry. So, you know, that's always fun. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll be starting Resident Evil 5, Wednesday's Resident Evil 6, and then we're still playing Shovel Knight on Friday. I can't think of any other announcements right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the art stream. Sorry it kind of got weird at the end. I didn't mean to just ebb off like that, but whatever. Like I said, I'm tired and hungry, so that doesn't help. Thanks guys for tuning in. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. As usual, updates, Twitter, Discord, link below. If you want to see anything like anime screenshot, whatever, redrawn, there's a channel on the Discord for it. Anything safe for work is fine, basically. You know, they'll be done at my discretion. No one's used it yet. I'm just kind of throwing it out there in case anyone does. But yeah, I don't know what we're doing next week for art stream. We'll see how it goes. It might be more animation because I don't have any commissions lined up at the moment. So animation stuff and small projects, I suppose. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. So I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay. So yeah, everyone take care, okay? I will see you later. Bye!